What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Throw up the deuces. There you go, baby.
Hey, boys, girls, what's up, man? Welcome back, man. Took a little hour break there between our first episode. Once again, thanks to my first two guests earlier tonight, William Knight and Impa Kasunganai, for jumping in with us tonight, man. Appreciated them. And now it's time to talk to another UFC guy. He is a welterweight, one of the most promising guys coming up on the roster. Hit a little speed bump last year with some health stuff, and took a loss against Wonderboy, but he's back, and the fight that a lot of us have wanted to see is coming up in May. He's taking on Neal Magny. We're going to welcome in right now. I think he just finished training, so he's in the car riding with us. But please welcome back to the show. He's been on with us multiple times. My man, Geoff, Handz of Steel Neal. What's up, baby?
What's up, brother? Hey, it froze on my screen. Can you still see me and everything?
I can see you and hear you and everything.
Okay, cool. I guess it doesn't matter for me. Yeah, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you feeling today, man? How's training tonight?
It was great. It was good. Just finished up going through the game plan, and it's a wrestling day, so we did a lot of cage work and stuff like that. I feel great.
Well, that's good. You look pretty happy. You look pretty relaxed for a guy that just got done doing multiple hours at the gym training.
That's therapy for me.
That's therapy. So before we get into the fights and training and all that stuff, I remember the first time we spoke, you were working at a restaurant as a server, and are you still doing that?
Well, hey, 1 second. I'm actually going to switch to the headphones right now.
Okay. Hey, now if you switch to them and we have a spot and it pops out, just click out and then click right back in. Sometimes when you switch to your headphones, it'll create if you click to the headphones and we have any issues, just once they're connected, click out and then click right back and we'll bring you right back on.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha. All right. We're going to give it a second to do the headphones, kids. Stand by.
Yeah.
Right, check. Can you hear me? Yeah, all right, there we go. He'll be right back, kids. He had to click out after doing the headphone switch, so just give us a second, and we'll get him right back in here with us. Sometimes that happens. So, just life, technology. Sometimes it doesn't always work the way we want it to. Let's bring him back in right now. Once again, welcome back, Mr. Geoff Neal.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, dude. It's all working. We're good.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't even know where we were. Oh, we were talking about training everything, and then I asked you about working at the restaurant. Are you still doing that? 1 day a week or something, 2 days a week, just to or are you just full-time fighter?
Full-time fighter right now. Just relaxing, chilling, taking time off. I don't think I can go back to work anymore. To be honest, I got to that point. Over.
You don't miss it?
I do in a way, but then again, I'm perfectly fine about it.
What you should do is, I know the people there like you. You've told me numerous times. So maybe after your next fight, every time you go out and fight and you win a fight, like when you get home that first week, go pick up a shift, because then everybody's gonna be talking about you. Get some big tips, and that's just extra money.
Right?
To spend on like video games or a bump box or some shit like that.
Yeah, no, bro. No, I mean that would work for some people. I'm the type of person, I don't like too much attention. So after fights, I was like, nah, all right. Enough congratulations. Leave me alone for a little bit. I'm that type of dude.
No,
I don't like too much.
Good.
Yeah.
You like to keep your life simple and easy.
Amen.
But it's hard to do that when you're as awesome of a fighter as you are. You go out there and you get big wins, you do big things. People are gonna want to talk to you, see you. Hey, look, it's Handz of Steel.
Yeah.
Take a selfie, son of a bitch.
I just want to eat my food.
Hey, you know what? There's another way for you to save your own money. People come up and say, hey, look, I want to take a picture. All right, buy me lunch.
Hey, really though.
Maximize the financial gains, bro. Never spend
Amen.
any of your money ever again. Just, oh,
Mm-mm.
you want to hang? I don't charge a lot. Just buy me lunch, man. I'll hang out with you for 15 minutes while we eat a burger. It's cool.
Heck yeah.
So, first thing I want to ask, you had the fight Wonder Boy. So obviously I know you're healthy because you were able to take a fight after that scare last year. Where are we at today as far as that? I mean, are we completely 100% recovered and that health scare from last year is completely out of the woods for you?
Yeah, I really feel like I'm completely out of the woods. Like I feel better than I did before the Wonder Boy fight. Like I thought I was good going through one before. I mean, and I still was good. Like I didn't get to like I feel like I didn't reach my full like potential until like 2 weeks before the fight. That's when I started really, really feeling good. But now I feel like that right now, and I still got 3 weeks left. You know what I mean? So I'm out of the water for that. I'm on an upswing right now.
Did it worry you going into the Wonder Boy fight that that issue, because obviously the issue came up, you had to pull out of a fight, you had to wait. So the Wonder Boy fight was your first fight back from it, and you said you feel better now, but was there any worries going into the Wonder Boy fight about your health, questions or concerns?
No, not at all. And if it was, I probably buried it real deep back inside my head, but I didn't. It didn't cross my mind once.
Well, that's good, man. That's good that you're able to get past it. I've had my own health issues, and the best medicine for me is to, all right, it happened, it's over. I got to live today, man. I can't worry about what happened. Now,
exactly.
For me, mine's a lingering issue. I mean, it's heart disease, so I have to be a little more aware. But I don't really stop myself from doing anything. I just got to live life today, man, and hope that I would blessed to wake up today and hope the good Lord will wake me up again tomorrow, man. And if He does, we'll have some fun. I'll grind out, see, do what I got to do. So the Neal Magny fight, I said on the build up to this, and I was talking to some other people, and this was supposed to happen last year. This is a fight that I am truly excited about. I love the matchup. I love the stylistic, similarities and differences you guys bring to one another. This is, in my opinion, a big fight for both of you. He's the established veteran. You're the up and coming. I can't say like you're the up and coming rookie because you've been in there for a few now. It's not like you're a rookie anymore, but you're not. You haven't been around as long as Magny.
Nowhere near as long.
No, I think this is a barometer fight for both of you, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on this one as far as the significance of this matchup? Because this is probably the most important fight, I think, in your career.
Yeah. Really, it's like, we both coming off losses, main event losses. So it's pretty much like we're in the gulag, you know what I mean? So yeah, whoever wins gets back into the mix. Whoever loses got to work his way back up, So it's when winner stays in the mix, loser has to reevaluate and probably take somebody fight somebody that's unranked, somebody like Sean Brady. I mean, Sean Brady's ranked now, but so somebody like on the back end of the rankings, that's what's going to happen to the loser. So it's real important, and it's a good fight for me. Like he's a vet. I fought Wonder Boy. He's a vet too. Magny's a vet in his own right too. So I'm just excited to go out there and show what I can do. See what I can do. Like I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I am too. And I just asked you about your health, and you said there was no thought about it going into the Wonder Boy fight, or if there was, you buried it so deep that it didn't, affect anything. You said something here that both of you guys are in the gulag. Is that something you think about, or is that something you just know and say, all right, that's where I'm at right now, and I just like your health thing, you don't let it stay up here in the forefront, and you don't really let it occupy space in the back either, because that could be mentally crippling.
Yeah. I just know that's the reality of the situation. Like when you take off the blinders and you really look at it from the outside view, me not being a competitor going into a cage fighting, that's what it is. But me being a competitor, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. Like I'm not thinking like, oh, I gotta win. It's just another fight for me when I walk into the cage. But outside looking in, like talking about it right now, that's what it really is. But other than that, it's like I'm still gonna go in there and I'm gonna do my best. And if my best isn't enough, then it isn't enough. But as long as I go out there and do my best, I'll be happy.
Yeah, And I like the attitude you have about, fighters don't want to think about injuries, and fighters don't want to think about, if their job is safe, if they win or lose. And I think your approach is right on. It's the reality of your life. That's where you're at. You accept it, and you go, all right, well, I'm a fighter. I'm supposed to go in there and fight. I'll do my best, and hopefully I come out on the winning end. And, that'll make the statement I need to. I don't have to say it. I just have to do it.
Yep. It alleviates so much stress in your mind rather than like dwell on it and think about it. Just accept it. That's what's good. That's what it is. That's what's going to happen. If X, Y, and Z happens, just fucking fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's like, as doing what I do for a living, and talking to the media, there's questions I don't like to ask, because I know it's I don't want to say it's like a superstition with fighters, but I think fighters, typically don't like to talk about their career trajectory too much and the injuries. And unfortunately, we have to talk about some of that stuff. But I like your attitude about both. It really impresses me. It tells me how mentally focused you are on what you have ahead of you as far as this next fight. And it doesn't matter this distraction or that distraction. The only thing, now you put the blinders back on. All right, it's Magny. That's all you have to see.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
That's awesome. That's the way to do it, man. Are you excited to get this fight finally? Because again, when this fight first got booked, it really created a buzz in the MMA community, UFC fans, and just regular MMA fans. I mean, I was like, when they booked it, I was like, I even called one of my buddies, like, dude, they just booked this fucking fight. He goes, what if I go Magny and fucking Geoff Neal? He was like, what the fuck, bro? That's awesome. Like, I got goosebumps, because there's certain fights and certain fighters that you like to see, and then when you see two that you really enjoy that bring something special, and they get booked together, man, that just, that's a recipe for happiness for a fight fan, and for a media guy, and for the fighters. I mean, you want to fight a guy that, is going to come in there and bring it with you. You don't want to have to carry it all. You want somebody that's going to fight.
Yeah.
And with Magny,
something motivating.
Yeah. And you get that with Magny, and he gets that with you. That's the best part. It's not one side where he's bringing something to you, because we all know Handz of Steel is bringing something to Neal Magny.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You've been at this for a little while now. You're training down there and you're in Texas. What's been the biggest thing you've learned coming out of your last couple of fights as far as preparation to get to fight night?
Like, well, what do you mean? Like,
fighters evolve, they're stylistically. So, you'll evolve your wrestling, your grappling, work on your striking. But what's like getting ready for a fight? What do you feel is the most important thing you've learned over the last couple, as far as the overall experience of, working on the physical skills, working on the cardio and the mental? Where do you think you've grown the most in over the last two fights?
The mental aspect, for sure. That's like really the most important thing, like, because like I know what I can do, my coaches know what I can do, my teammates know what I can do, but it's a matter of mentally getting yourself there and being able to perform in the cage like that. Like I see time after time. I've had teammates, I've seen people, like, and I know who they are in the gym and how good they are, and then when it's time to fight, they're like a shell of themselves. So it's just about staying grounded and like figuring out your own mental approach, because my mental approach might not work for somebody else, so right. Like, you just got to figure out what gets you working, what gets the gears going, what clicks for you, and take that into the cage.
And you feel that over the last couple of fights, that's where you've experienced the most growth, where your mental game is coming in tight to line up with your physical.
Yeah, for sure. Except for the Wonder Boy fight, I kind of had a little mental lapse on that fight.
Yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. What was the mental lapse? What happened to you in that fight?
I don't know. Like, honestly, like, if you see me train and the game plan for the fight, and then you watch me fight, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, because I legit did about 10% of what I planned to do during the fight. Like, and I don't know, like, I started doing it in the first round, and then for some reason it just like went away. I don't know if I just got like frustrated and I got confused by his movement, but I stopped doing what I was supposed to do, and I never came back. Maybe it's because I didn't have my coach there to like bring me back to reality, or I don't know what it was, but I had a mental break on that one.
Do you think I've talked to a few guys that have, sparred and worked with, and I talked to one guy that fought Wonder Boy, and they all said that he's probably the most awkward guy they've ever, danced with, because of his karate
so
style. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Where you say, you were doing your thing first. Do you think what hindered you might have also been, besides you not following through or getting frustrated, was he was a lot different than you actually expected once you got in there with him?
I think it was that. You know what I mean? Like, I trained for a certain thing, and I thought my training partners were doing a great job of like emulating them. And then I got in there, and it was way different. Like I was like, how did he just do that? How did he go from here to here to here to here to here? Like, it was like real confusing.
Yeah, and there's some guys, when you go to train for that, you can't find a training partner that can really emulate them because they're unique. Dominic Cruz, you're not going to find somebody to do that Dominic Cruz, footwork and style and the way he comes in, awkward angles. So it's hard to, prepare for him. You can watch film all day. And so I think Wonderboy Thompson, in my opinion, would fall into that category. It's hard to train for him because there's nobody that can really emulate him. He's one of a kind guy. So and then, the thing I think you brought up too, that probably a lot of people don't put enough weight on is having your regular fight coach in your corner. That makes a difference. There's guys like Mike Perry. Mike Perry's gone out there and proved that he can win with his girlfriend in the corner. And that's cool, for him. But there's other guys like yourself, you need that voice, like you said, to bring you back, to focus you in. You couldn't have your girlfriend in the corner. She didn't know enough about the fight game to put you back on plan. Whereas Mike, and you fought Mike, so Mike. Mike is very confident, and when he gets his mindset, he's going to do it a certain way, and he can do it. Like you, I'm sure you can. Obviously, you can fight with or without anybody in your corner. You have the skills, but at the same note, you're a creature of habit. All fighters are. This is what you do. So you get prepared this way, this. So on fight night, you're walking to the octagon, and you've got your three corner guys. But this time, your head coach wasn't there. And I think that affects you. And it's not a bad thing that it affects you. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But it's supposed to affect you, I think. So, and missing him calling out, codes to you, to do this, to do that. You're, especially now, because you can hear everything they're saying, when you got fans, sometimes you miss what they say. But this now, so it's important. Coach is going to be in the corner for this one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Yeah, if not, if he's tried to do anything, say he's sick or something, you call me. I'll fucking drag him out there for you. I ain't letting him pull out on you this time, bro. No,
hell no.
And that's the thing. Full strength, Geoff Neal. And that doesn't just mean Geoff. It means the team. And
amen.
I'm an avid believer that this is an individual sport that needs the assist of a team. Because you're the fighter, but you can't do it without a team. There's one or two maybe you can, but you really need a team around you to get it going on. And you have a great team down there, man. In your gym, with all your coaches and yourself, who's your favorite guy to actually spar with or roll with in the gym? That really brings out the best of you because you're like, son of a bitch, I gotta go get this motherfucker.
I have a lot. That's crazy. In my gym, we have so many training partners that do that for you. When it comes to sparring, I like sparring with Uriah Hall, Ryan Spann. You know what I mean? We got this new dude named Julius. Julius Holmes. He's came in and I got Ramiz on the ground. Like just every partner that I train with, they all bring out the best of me because we all go hard as fuck. So.
How is it taking a punch fucking sparring with Ryan Spann? Because that dude's big and he hits hard.
It's like it's more fun, and I slip more punches when I go with him because I don't want to get hit at all. Usually sometimes I'll just take a punch. I'm like, I see it coming, I'm just gonna tuck my chin. Nah, I don't play that game. I'm moving the whole time. He's heavy. He's never hit like that. He talks about, like, bro, you never finished nobody until you went to 205. Him moving up 205 was the best thing for his career. Yeah. That's where all his knockouts reside. He has a couple at 185, but he hits so hard at 205.
Yeah, it's funny. Some guys, they try to fight at a weight class low, and it doesn't work out for them. I mean, look at Anthony Johnson. He was fighting at 170.
Right.
fucking lose it. Then he finally just, let it go and went up to 205, and what a run he went on. He's going to debut Bellator here next month, I think. So, but light heavyweight, you don't try to fight yourself so light because, the thing cutting weight, like, it's silly to me. You and Mike Perry, let's say, I'm just good at you guys for it. You guys both, whatever weight you are, but when you cut weight, you both get down to 170, and then on fight night, you're both right back to where you were. So you were still within a few pounds of each other. So there's no advantage gained. So if you're a guy that should be fighting at 185, but you think you're getting an advantage by fighting at 170, you're not. You're actually hurting yourself. So like you said, with Span hurting himself at 185, and he'll thrive at 205 because less strain on his body to cut, which means he has more strength on fight night. I wish more guys would get that, like you, I'm sure you could fight at 185.
I could.
But I think for you, 170 is the sweet spot. 150. Like if you tried to go to 155, that'd be like Span going back down to 185. It doesn't work there for you. You would deplete yourself. So
I could do it, but I will probably die. I'll die inside a little bit.
we don't want you to die, dude. No, especially on a weight cut, dude. I mean, but man, what's been the toughest thing for you waiting around right now to get fights?
Nothing now. Like it's once I got that, because it was a tough waiting to get a fight for the Wonder Boy fight. Like I fought Mike Perry the December of the year before that, and it was like a whole year of coronavirus, getting sepsis, and like, you know what I mean, like this thing after thing happening, and I didn't end up getting a fight till December. So I'm just happy I got a fight within 5 months of my last fight.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can get 2 more before the end of the year.
So now that the world is slowly opening back up, Las Vegas is going to be fully open. Texas is already pretty much fully open. Even though some of the local mayors, just want to keep riding on the power and saying, "Oh no, you still have to wear a mask." Go fuck yourself, man. Governor said we're open, man. Stop trying to flex. Let people live.
Bro.
But with the states opening, Florida's been open for a while, and so the first UFC come back with fans in Jacksonville. And then Vegas is going to have International Fight Week in July, but Texas is going to have an event. Now we're going to see a lot of fighters that we haven't seen in a while because, during COVID, there was a lot of fighters we didn't see because of travel restrictions and everything.
Exactly.
So we're going to see them coming back. So are you confident that you'll be able to get at least, one, maybe one more at least, or 2 fights this year? Because I'm pretty sure you, like everybody else, wants at least 3 fights a year. Keeps you busy, keeps the money flowing. So are you confident now that because there's going to be an influx coming back that you'll be able to get at least 1, if not 2?
I mean, I'm confident, and it really all depends on the fans and what they want. So like, say I go out there and I just like start Neal in the first round, and it's like on ESPN, like, what I mean, people, they're going to want to see me right back. So it's like it depends on my performance and what people want to see. Like if I have a great performance, they're going to want to see me back. You know what I mean? So I just got to make sure I make a statement to where I solidify that I'm going to have 2 more fights before the end of the year.
Yeah, I definitely want to see you get back to being busy. You were on a great run, and then, you had the little bump where, and not just you, everybody got stopped because of COVID. You had the little health thing. So you hit your own speed bump besides the COVID thing, and then the COVID affected everybody, blah, blah, blah. But you've always been a guy that likes to stay busy. You want to work. You also know, you're a man, you're an athlete, your body takes a beating cutting weight and training and everything. So the shelf life for a fighter, isn't as long as in some careers. So you want to get them in while you're young and ready and beating ass. So at least 1 more this year, hopefully 2. Is there any, and I'm not asking you to look past this fight with Magny, but let's just for conversation's sake, you beat Magny, all right? Is there a name that you already know where you should be going, all right, I beat Magny, so now he's here, so I need to go up? And is there a name that you kind of got circled?
Yeah, and honestly, like just looking at the rankings, you know what I mean? Beating Magny puts me like around like 8, because I think he's 9, right?
Yeah,
so depending on how I beat him, like, you know what I mean, maybe I'm 9, 8, 7, wherever that stacks up. The only people that I see that I can get a fight with is probably Vicente Luque. That's the only one.
Yeah.
Like that's legit the only one. Like everybody else has I'm famous, I don't want to fight anybody unless they're famous fucking shit going on in the welterweight. And Luque and Gilbert are the only ones that are just down to throw down. Like they're gonna fight. Like Gilbert's fighting Wonder Boy. You know what I mean? Like Gilbert could have fucking been a bitch and tried like, nah, I want to fight. I just fought for a belt, so I want to fight Colby Covington. You know what I mean? Like he could have been that way.
And if he had said that and they didn't give it to him and then he took this fight anyway, I don't have a problem with that. You know, Colby Covington's a top ranked guy, so give me Colby Covington.
And he needs to fight somebody. He's bullcrapping right now.
Yeah, he is. And they just announced a little while ago Santiago Ponzinibbio versus up and comer Miguel Baez, Caramel Thunder, which I love that fight. And Ponzinibbio
that's good for Miguel.
Yeah, and Ponzinibbio is one of those guys too that he'll take fights. You know what? If he's healthy, he'll take fights. Miguel has been very fortunate in his bookings and performing the way he has. And this is another one. If he wins this one, he's gonna end up in the top 10.
He's probably gonna fight the loser between me and Neal. For real, like that. Like if I'm thinking about like what the loser's gonna get, is gonna be the winner of that fight.
Speaking of that, do you think some people get confused? It's Geoff Neal versus Neal Magny, the Neal and Neal.
Yeah, it's already there. They're already on the internet playing. Like I thought these dudes were the same people. I'm like, come on, bro. Like we don't look. Have you seen this dude's ears? Have you seen his ears? Have you seen my ears? Don't look nothing like that. We know we're not the same person.
Definitely not.
Funny.
It is funny. So somebody asked me to ask you too. Who do you got this weekend? Whitaker or Gastelum?
That's tough. I like them both. I like, you know what I mean? Like you usually like, you know what I mean? As far as like the skill set, I really can't tell who's going to win. So I usually go for the person I like more, and I like them both. So I really don't know. I'm just going to really just watch it and see what happens.
Yeah. I'm giving a slight edge to Whitaker. Not a big edge. This is a very closely matched fight. And I like both guys. I think they both bring something special to a fight. We got this is going to be a good matchup. Like you said, it's going to be one of those that's like, oh man,
Great.
What do you do? Who do you pick? What about a title fight coming up? Masvidal and Usman. Do you see it going any different?
I don't, but we'll see. I really don't see it going any different unless Jorge was like he wasn't in shape for the fight, or something was lacking. You know what I mean? Just because he got a short notice, I guess. But if him having a full camp makes a difference, then maybe. But I don't see it. Maybe Usman might try to do something different just because he got so much flack from his last fight about him stomping on the feet the whole time. Maybe he'll try to strike with Jorge and he'll get caught with something. So we'll see.
Yeah, I wanted to see. This is the rematch, and I think this is the first rematch Usman has had in his career. I have to go look to double check, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And I'm wondering if we're going to see Usman emulate John Jones. John Jones has had some rematches with some of these guys. And in every rematch, John came back, from decision fights and then just finished dudes, just like demolished him. He did it to DC. He did it to Gustafsson. The first fight, they went, Gustafsson gave him the toughest fight of his career, and he came back and destroyed Gustafsson in the second fight.
Made him look like an amateur. I was like, wow.
And then DC in the first fight, they had a tough fight, and then John came back and just decimated him. So, I'm wondering if we're going to see that from Usman, if he's going to elevate the fight. Go, all right, I went in there with you once, I danced with you once. Now you're coming in with, more training and more time. So now I'm going to have to, really throw down to, let people know that I am who I say I am. And, Usman has delivered. Granted, some of the performances as far as the fans go, they don't get impressed with some of the stuff that he does. I get impressed with holding on to the belt. It may not be pretty sometimes, but if I'm the champ, I'm doing what I got to do. And, if the fans boo me, that's on them. I got to win a fight. I want to keep those paychecks coming in. So I'm not one of those people that'll shit on a fighter for fighting his style that, can hold the belt, Yeah,
it was Masvidal's fault. Get off the damn cage. You know what I mean? Like it's boring because he's not getting off the cage. Like if he's a professional fighter, get off the cage. Like, why can't you get off the cage? Is it that hard? I mean, it might be that hard. Who knows?
It is. Sometimes it is. Look at Kevin Holland in his last two fights, and I'm mad respect for him stepping up and taking a fight after getting, beat up by Brunson. But Brunson really exposed Holland's lack of ability off his back to really get up. People are going, well, he beat Sousa off his back. Well, no, he punched Sousa when he was on his back, but then he got up and he was punching Sousa. He wasn't on his back anymore to finish that fight. And
he distracted Sousa. He did. He said something to Sousa. Sousa's like, huh? What? Pow.
Yeah. But when he finished, he was on top, and the UFC put up a thing with the 5 most incredible bottom finishes. And and two of them were Nico Price, rightfully so. One against James Vick with the kick, and the other one against Randy Bound with the hammer fist from the bottom. Those are legitimate finishes from the bottom.
Yeah.
The other three they showed, the guy like caught somebody from the bottom, but ended up on top finishing the fight. So that's where it's finished. So, you know.
Yeah.
But Holland really showed nothing off his back in the last two. Like he really, and he's a black belt, a legitimate black belt. I don't even remember who his coach is as far as where he's lineage is from.
Travis Luter.
Thank you. So it's weird to see that, you know, because he's one of those other guys I think is, you know, he's got everything in my opinion that can make him a champion. But then you see this.
He lacked the effort. He has the skills. He just didn't have the effort to get up. Like he didn't train to not accept being on his back. You know, like when we trained on our back, I could play in my guard and do all this other shit, but we trained to get up, put forth that effort to get up. He didn't train that way. You know what I mean? He can get up if he wanted to.
I believe so too. It's just baffling.
He just didn't do it.
You know, and against Brunson, we all know Brunson was going to hit him with the wrestling heavy attack. That's Brunson's bread and butter. He looked worse against Brunson than he did in the last fight. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he looked a little bit better against Vettori.
Yeah, but Vettori just, you know, implemented the same gameplay, you know, and
why not?
You know, I want to, that's it. I want to see Holland in his next fight improve off that back, or just don't accept getting put on your back anymore, dude, because you can't. You know, you're going to be messed up.
Hey,
for you,
can I cut you off for 1 second? Sorry, can I cut you off for 1 second? I'm gonna get out the car. And
I saw you were getting ready to get out, so I was going to tell you, you know, I don't want to keep you because it looks like you got food and you got done training.
It's okay. I can take you to the apartment while I'm walking.
Okay. That's cool. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hold you up once you got into the house.
Nah, it's nothing, brother. I just need to get out the car.
Yep. Hey guys, we're watching KHR. Christopher James. Thanks for tuning in. We are talking with UFC welterweight Geoff Neal, aka Handz of Steel. Neal. Tonight's show brought to you by our friends at Just Heart Apparel and Just Heart Apparel East Coast. This is my second episode of the day. We did an earlier episode this evening with UFC welterweight Impa Kasanganay and UFC light heavyweight William the Nightmare Knight. Both those guys are awesome. Kasanganay coming off a win against Sasha Palatnikov with a choke he sunk in with no hooks, which was fucking awesome to see. And then William Knight went out and took a fight 48 hours notice, or 2.5 days. After COVID quarantine, he gets a call, he gets a fight, goes off quarantine right to Vegas. Took a loss, you know, took it in stride. He understood, you know, it's hard. It was a hard thing, but you know, he waited a couple times. So if you guys didn't see it, go back and watch it. It's on the page, it's on the show. And right now we're talking with Geoff Neal. So was I right? Do you have food with you?
Do I have food? No, I didn't have food. I just had a whole bunch of.
I thought you had a bag of food. I was gonna be like, what's Geoff Neal grubbing on at 10:30 at night?
No, I got food at the house. I'm about to eat once I get in.
Yeah. So what you keep up with other shows like One and stuff like that?
With like what?
Like One or Bellator? You kind of watch the other promotions?
No, I barely watch the UFC.
You don't really watch fights, huh?
No, I never did. Like the only time I watch fights now is if like the person's in my weight class or something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Most fighters like watch all the fights. That's cool though.
Yeah. I'm a gamer, so I'm usually on the game when there's fights going on. Well, I used to work all the time. Like so Saturday nights I'm at work.
True.
And I'm not watching the fights. So
yeah, no, you're gaming. Fuck it. Why not, man? I guess that also makes sense too. You know, you're in the gym training all day, training, 2 a day sometimes, and you're doing all that, and then you've got to, get into camp and do your fight. So I guess, watching fights is kind of almost like work. So unless it's like you said, somebody you're training for or getting ready to fight or anything, yeah, go play video games. Screw it, man. Why clog your head with all that shit?
I like to separate myself from all that. It's too, like, you know what I mean? Like, I am a fighter. Why do I gotta be a fan too? I am a fan. You don't get me wrong, but it's just like,
sure.
I just want to take a step away from it a little bit, enjoy life in a different aspect,
Yep. So are there other sports you follow? NFL, basketball, Major League Baseball, or something, a team you follow?
Nope.
Yeah. So So Geoff Neal is a fan of his fights and video games. Anything else off the table?
I've
I
always
love
been
it, dude.
being a military brat. I've never had a favorite football team, basketball team, nothing like that. Because I've all
Bounce
moved
around.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So there's like, yeah, I'm a fan of like certain players. You know what I mean? Like, but as far as like teams, nah.
So I wonder. You have a daughter, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How old is she again?
She's 3.
Yeah. How's she doing?
She's good. She's getting big.
Yeah.
And
So what's the being a dad of a daughter, as they get older and they become, from baby to an infant to a toddler, what's been the toughest thing for you to do as a girl dad, as they say, as you got a 3-year-old and she's probably got more energy than anybody in your gym?
just try not to be mean to her. God, you know what I mean? She's a girl. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. When she starts crying and whining, I don't like shut up and be tough. Like, like she's a girl. Like, you gotta let her cry a little bit. So I got to be a little softer on her.
Yeah, but hey, maybe that in these days, we're supposed to treat everybody the same, right? So
hey,
stop crying, little girl. You might want, and you might want to tell her to, but your dad heart says, I can't do that. That's my baby girl.
She knows right from wrong. So I really, I remember what she wants. She's a good girl.
Awesome. Well, you are definitely one of my guys that I like to keep an eye on. I want to see all the success for you. I think, championship stuff is in your future as long as you stay on this path, continuing to evolve. And the mental game for you, like you said, the mental game is where the growth is going to come the most for you. So I think as long as you stay on this path, you're working with the people you're going, I think, title shots will be in your future. And, that's what I'm waiting to see. I watch guys come up for a long time and, some guys I know aren't going to get there. And there are other guys that go, yeah, they'll get there. If they get there, I don't know if they're always going to win, but they will get their opportunities. I think you're one of those guys. I can't predict the future of winning, but I think you'll be a title fight contender here within the next 18 months. I mean, this division is going to start moving because I think, if Usman keeps running through people, they're going to have to just keep bringing up guys to, try to take them down. So,
right.
Yeah, he's going to have to fight everybody eventually, and this, it's not like he's got, there's a lot of work for him to be done by him to clean out this division because this division keeps multiplying with superstars. You're one of them. I mean, Burns came up.
Yeah.
There's so many. Impa Kasanganai is coming up. Who did you mention earlier?
Impa did.
Brady?
He did. He dropped to 170.
Impa? Yeah, he's at
Impa dropped
170 now. Yep. He beat Sasha Palatnikov last week with that choke. Sunk in a fucking choke with no hooks, dude. It was fucking incredible to watch. And he's staying at 170, and he's another one of those guys that has all this talent, and he's still raw because he got into this game a lot later than some of y'all.
He did.
So he's
athletic.
He's really athletic. He played football. He did all kinds of stuff, and now he moved from North Carolina where he was training with Jimmo, Ryan Jimmo School and everything, and all those guys, and he moved down to South Florida. And now he's training at Sanford under Henry Hooft, he's That's evolving. So. Yeah, no, it's a great move. I mean, and the coaches at Jimmo even told him maybe you should go look some other places to really, work, which I respect them for because
for a coach to tell a fighter that maybe they should do what's best for their career.
Some coaches are selfish; they don't want to let a star go.
Yeah,
and the fact that they saw, maybe they saw that they taught him all they could, but they were gracious about it. They told him, and. Obviously that's always going to be a home for him, but he's evolving really quickly at Sanford. Because again, when you're young and you're learning, and you got in late, man, you're a sponge. So like I said, he looked really good in the last fight, especially after taking that loss to Buckley from that fucking kick.
Oh God, yeah, I didn't like seeing that one. Couldn't happen to such a good dude. I was like, damn. I wish that happened to somebody else. Like,
right. but he took it so well, even like that night after the fight where he got on social media, goes, "Hey man, that was a great move by my opponent, and I'll learn from this, and that's how he is. He's a God-fearing young man. He has all his faith in the Lord above, and he has a mission in mind, and he believes as long as he does his end, God's going to get him to where he's got to go. And
Amen.
Amen. I love the kid. Like, I was fortunate. He fought with us at Island Fights a couple of times before he got the contender call and then to the UFC. So I announced him and I watched him up close and personal. And we knew, when he was like 3-0, that this kid was going to be a star. And he's fulfilling the destiny that we saw. So, and now he's at 170. So it's another killer coming in, and then you got like guys like Baeza who's coming in and he's on hot. So welterweight is going to be stacked for a long time. So for a champion to clean out that division, they're going to have to be like, 17-0 in the division, in title fights, because that's the only way you're cleaning it out. Because if you take out one, there's another one right behind him that's just as bad or not badder.
Yeah.
You guys, everybody always said 155 is the showcase division. I disagree. I think 170 has been the showcase division.
Yeah, if we can get people to fight each other
for quite some time. Yeah, absolutely, for quite some time. And there's been guys that have avoided fights, and there's also there's always been more shine on 155 given by the promotion. But 170 to me is the deepest and most dangerous division in the UFC.
Facts.
That's right, brother. So what's the post training fight meal you're going to grub on before we let you go?
Post training or
post training? Post training.
I don't know.
I said post fight training, meaning you're training for a fight.
I get.
I worded it all stupid.
I really don't know what it is. Like, I just threw it in the microwave. My fit meals prep, they make food for me, and I didn't look at it. I just opened it, chopped it up a little bit. I don't know what's in it, but I know it's good for me.
It doesn't even matter what it is. You just open it and eat it.
I seen Brussels sprouts, so yeah, that's something for Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts, I would have put those back in the refrigerator. But no, got something like carrots in there. Brussels sprouts are like little cabbages, and they gross me out. They freak me out a little bit. I don't know. But well, listen, Mr. Neal, thank you so much for taking the time with us tonight, man. I'm excited to see you get back in against Magny. This is a fight, like I said, I know you wanted. I know a lot of the fans wanted. I know Magny himself wanted this fight. So when everybody wants it, it usually becomes something that's awesome. And I'm just glad we're all going to get to witness the work. And may the fight end exactly the way you wanted to. And you said it before. One of our other interviews we did. You said if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. If you lose and you learn, it's not really a loss. I remember you saying that to me. And obviously you're not thinking of loss, but fuck it, dude. This is life, man. You do some dope shit. At the end of the day, you're a UFC fighter. People like to watch a fight. You got your name on your own jersey, your own fight kits. Life's good, man. You got a little daughter that loves you. Everything else is
really can't complain.
No, you can't, man. You're living a blessed life today, and I'm glad that we get to witness it, and I'm glad that you periodically let us be a part of it by doing these interviews, man. It means a lot.
No problem, brother. I appreciate you.
Always, man. Well, listen, you enjoy the rest of your night, get some rest, and keep up that good training. And I think the thing that impressed me the most you said tonight was your mental growth is elevating, and if that all comes into play and it all lines up, dude, you're going to be more dangerous than anybody ever thought.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right,
one more thing. If you listen to this, buy Dogecoin.
Listen, I was looking at it right before we came on the air tonight with you, and it hit 3 cents. I was going to buy it the other day, but I was talking with somebody about it that does a lot of cryptocurrency speculation and buying and selling, and he told me to stay away from the Dogecoin, and I'm like watching this thing grow because I don't have any crypto, So the other day I was talking to my wife, just randomly. I said, and I saw a thing on the Dogecoin that it jumped up like 32%, but it was still well below a penny. I said, you know what? I should just dump $300 into this thing and let's sit there and see what the fuck happens. And I can still do that. If I spend $285 right now, based on what I saw, the price I wanted to buy, I can still get 1,000 Dogecoins for like $300. And if they turn into, if I lose it all, it's $300. It's not going to kill my life. But if this thing turned into a $3, coin, and I have 1,000 of them that I bought for fucking, 3 cents, well, then I just made a fucking killing, Yeah. So for $300,
it jumped up to 32 cents. It's at 32 cents right now.
Last time I
32
checked.
cents? No,
Yeah,
not
32
32 cents.
Yes,
Hang on.
I just checked it. It jumped
Hold
up.
on. Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm going to fucking tell you right now, man, because I was just doing it on my, where the fuck is
It might have dropped down because it was 32, and then right before I called you, it went down to 30.
All right, hold on. My thing is telling me to log in. So 0.29.
0.29.
So now it's 0.26. Well, if I buy, right now it says it would cost me, see, it just jumped down because like I put in a buy price at like 0.285 and now it's at 0.26, so it's been popping around. But I don't think is that 26 cents or is that 2 cents?
That's 26 cents. I don't know. Maybe 26.
I think it's 2 cents.
It's 2 cents?
Yeah, I think it's 2 cents because it went up from being like 0.4 cent. I'll have to ask somebody because again I'm stupid. I don't know this. It might be 26 cents. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I get all confused, man. But this is something I'm learning about now. I'm trying to get understand cryptocurrencies. But listen, kids. Geoff Neal said buy some Dogecoin. So if Handz recommends it, use him as your financial advisor and buy it. And if it flops, because these are little investments, guys. I mean, $100, you get a few of them, you take a shot. $300, some of you guys spend more than that on booze on a weekend night. So
it's time to buy it cheap and make a little bit of money.
Because really, again, if I buy like this, I buy 1,000 and it becomes a $5 coin, in a year, my $285, I have 1,000 pieces of it at $5 a coin. I just made a shit ton of money. So who knows? I'm going to call my guy tomorrow. I'm going to say, dude, I'm buying the Dogecoin, whether you like it or not. And
let me know what he said.
And I'll let you know what he said. And I'm going to buy some other stuff too. But I think I'm just going to buy this one and just sit on it. A lot of people are saying with these smaller coins that are not Bitcoin, you got to buy them and sell them, and just hit the right spot. And you can't really project it because it can change like this all day. It's a 24-hour market. So, they said when it gets to this, then you dump. And if it gets to here, you keep it, But they say you don't sit on these too long. But this one, I think I could sit on for $300.
Yeah, well, why not? Like you lose the money, then what? Like, and if you hold it for long enough, it might jump back up, and you can just sell it once you get your money back. I
spend more than that on weed, so I mean, fuck. and it's not like the weed is something you keep. It's it's a consumable. It goes. So whatever. If I could spend 300 and maybe make 15,000, that's good. If I lose 300, I didn't lose anything but 300.
Amen.
All right, so this was not just a fight show, guys. This was financial advice with Geoff Neal. That's going to be a side career, guys. So when you see him on Fox Business going, "Hi, I'm Geoff Neal with your cryptocurrency update of the day," you know where it started right here, man. He started cutting his investing chops with us. But anyway, Geoff, you enjoy the rest of your night, man. Thank you so much. God bless you and your family, man. Looking forward to the fight with you and Neal. It's going to be awesome, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, you have a good one.
All right, brother. Be well. All right, guys. That was Geoff Neal, UFC star, welterweight on the rise, taking on Neal Magny. Episode number 2 today, man. So we had a good time, man. Thanks you guys for tuning in. If you tuned into both, I appreciate it. If you tuned into one, I appreciate it. If you tuned in for 10 seconds, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being a part of my life today and for allowing me to be a part of yours. It always means the world to me. I can never truly put into words what it means, but just know it's here in my heart. So next week, we're going to have UFC heavyweight Chase Sherman. We're going to have bare knuckle fighting championship star heavyweight Dylan Kleckler. And a couple of other guests, too, that I'm working on. These guys are confirmed. I'll give you the updated list when I confirm a few more. But that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks so much for being here. We are Cage Side with Christopher James, and I am out of here. Good night, everybody.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Go with the deuces. There you go, baby.